I go hard, but I'm making it look easy. My life's so real that you probably won't believe me. I can't go, cause I know my people need me. I just checked the they're talking greasy. Live from the belly of the beast. Somebody gotta feed the streets.
I want to welcome everybody that came out for this table talk. This is Ujamaa's very first table talk. This is definitely being recorded. So there will be a Q&A towards the end. So just know if you decide you want a question to ask or anything like that, you definitely will be recorded. I just want y'all to be mindful. I have the privilege and the honor to be here to be at the first table talk with Ujamaa, who is subsidiary to Flanner House, who've been in the black community for over 126 years, serving the black community. And so we are here with the none other, the one and only, Mr. Dr. I don't know.
We ain't got to. We ain't even got to.
Mr. Anthony Murdock II. All right. So I'm going to let him introduce himself because, like I said, it's 2025. He might want to add something new to it. So, because we always dreaming, we always getting better, right?
Dog. Yeah.
Floors, ceilings becoming floors.
No, peace and oh, you already in that bag.
Hey.
You already in that bag.
We had the warm up.
Y'all see the leg cross? That's how we know it's about to get serious. But no, peace and blessings. My name's Anthony Murdock II.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
a purpose-driven, action-oriented servant leader, proud product of the city. I'm a lawyer by trade. I'm a professor by occupation and a business coach by passion.
Dope.
And ultimately, I'm in the business of becoming the greatest powerpreneur the world has ever seen.
Yes.
Now, watch this, though, bro. That's how I used to introduce myself. I think I might make it a little bit more concise.
Okay.
So let me know what you think about this one right here, bro.
All right.
So, peace and blessings. My name is Anthony, and I'm in the business of turning dreams of freedoms into realities of liberation.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Doc?
I like that. Dreams of freedoms.
Into realities of liberation.
That means you're a doer.
Yeah.
That means you're a doer. I mean, it's one thing to dream, but to bring it into reality.
Come on, Doc.
And to be able to walk in it,
Come on,
live
Doc.
in it. You know what I mean? But not only that, because when you start to do that, I feel like the trail that you blazing for the young folk to come. It's one thing to tell a young person to do something, but it's another thing when they see you, because that's the most effective thing when it comes to the little folk. They gon' hear you, and they gonna probably pick up however much percent from them words. But what you do, you gotta imagine how many parts of your body, how many different cells are actually vibrating that's speaking as well.
Come on.
And that right there alone is enough. You know what I mean? That's enough. Just that alone. Action. Come on, man.
But here the thing too, and it's ironic because it's a baby in the room, right? And so I just think about the decision that two black women made to bring their child into a room to listen to a prince and a king.
Come on
the day dedicated to a king that had a dream. And because of that dream, we're here talking about liberation.
Right.
Because then I start thinking about what's the difference between freedom and liberation.
Okay.
And I think that freedom is an instance, but liberation is a process. See, to when you liberate somebody, you're centralizing their experience. And too often we walk into rooms where our experience has not been centralized.
Come on.
So you know you've been liberated when you can create spaces and places where my experience is centralized. So when I walk into Ujamaa,
Yeah.
what am I experiencing? I am experiencing me. And I'm experiencing me from the nook and the cranny to the stage.
Yeah.
And everywhere in between.
Yeah.
And so I just think it would be appropriate for me to introduce myself in a new way for the first time at this table talk.
I love it. It's the
way
first
from a
one.
king. Yeah.
And it's on Dr. King Day.
Come on, Doc.
You know, so I'm definitely humbled and truly happy about this day, this moment. We're gonna get into it. You wanna which way you wanna go with it first? How you wanna rock? We can go with
let's. I feel like we should start with talking about community, bro.
Let's go with that.
You feel me? Because I just think that's the theme.
Yeah.
You know and I got a few different ways to define community.
Okay.
But first I wanna come from a spiritual perspective.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because it was Dr. King, but he's Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. too.
Yeah.
You know, and so part of what I think about is that community is first a spiritual term.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I think about defining community, it's the context for our survival. Because we were not created to be alone. And there's a lot of people who are attempting to survive without community, and why they feel like they dying. And so I think about King. He was a community curator, and he curated opportunity.
Come on.
King was a community curator, and King had a dream.
Yeah.
And the dream he had was rooted in the community.
Yeah.
Now maybe his community didn't look like mine.
Okay.
Because in some ways he reneged on that dream and said it was a burning house. But sometimes old dreams go up in flames to build new ones.
Come on.
And so what I'm saying is I think that at the end of the day, to start the conversation on community, I want to do it from a spiritual perspective because he was a reverend.
Definitely.
And when I think about community's definition, it is first the context for survival because we were not made to be alone.
I like that. I like that.
Thanks,
I mean,
man.
Like when you think about like, all right, so like for me, like when I think about community,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, you know, I can give my subtle definitions.
Talk to me.
But when you said it's a spiritual thing,
Come on, Doc.
and the fact that you said that literally, you said, hold on,
Yeah, that's all right.
Let me rewind a little bit. You said that we're out here trying to survive,
Yeah, Doc. But alone.
but alone, but because we're choosing to segregate ourselves from
Whew. You brought another word right there too.
that community.
Man, we wasn't made to be alone, bro. And a lot of us are out here trying to make it alone.
I mean, when you think about it, a baby is born, the first thing they do is cry to communicate.
Ooh.
They don't necessarily cry because they necessarily are in a bad state, but they cry to communicate. They cry to communicate. When they're hungry, they cry. When sleepy, they cry. And that's just your natural basic needs in life. You know, they wet themselves, they cry. Get that up off me. You know what I mean?
Get that up off me is crazy. You talking about that diaper?
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, I mean, and I guess that's like so. How many people are really walking around in this world today that are crying out in so many different ways? You know, that's just you know what I mean. Like think about how many people literally are crying out, but people, you know, sometimes when we hear crying, we just, what is that noise? Hush it up. Put a pacifier on it. Put it, you know what I mean? But it's like, if that's a form of communication, but we're not taking the time to learn, you know what I mean, or take the time to go in depth and to figure out what is actually needed. But that's why I'm glad I'm here today. So,
Man, can we keep going though? Can we
So,
keep going?
yeah,
And also, can we do a clap thing? Because we got to clap for that. listen, hear the thing though. Right? So I want to feed off what you just said. And you talked about like when a child cried, because I didn't know where he was going. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was
yeah.
here, and
No,
I was
no.
on a journey, but I
No,
didn't know
no,
where he
that's
was going.
good.
But I'm here now. So when you connected it back to the baby, when the baby comes out the womb, the baby cries to communicate. Not even just bad, but just I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello. Part of what I think about is community is also unified communication, calm and unity.
Okay.
And so what I think is also crucial to community is a unified message.
Okay.
And a lot of people are confused on what message we need to unify around.
Okay.
So that's the other thing I think about too. The last one, Doc, when I think about community, I think about community as a boundary. Like when I think about what Flanner House has done on this physical property, but more so for our state, right? They have created a boundary that said if you have plans, if you have desires to infiltrate this space, you're going to have to see somebody
Yeah.
before you do it.
Oh yeah.
And because, you know, boundaries are not just great for keeping things out. But brother, they also great for keeping things in too.
Come on.
And I just think about what's been incubating on this property.
Yeah.
And then lastly, because you got me excited, so I need to bring it back down. We got a few more questions. But you talked about segregation too.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
funny, before we officially started talking, we was chopping it up.
Yeah.
And you know, you from a different side than where you currently
Work
working.
at, yeah.
And we were just reflecting on the fact that, you know, you got this whole east side versus west side situation even inside of our city. But even that is the product of segregation.
True.
And so as much as we can make fun or make jokes at people who from the east side but work out west, or people from out west who work out east,
Yeah.
that's really an analogy for what black people have had to do to create community across boundaries. And so it's a blessing to those who can cross, who can go from one side of 465 to another. You all are doing radical community building work, because I would not experience this place as it is had it not been for you and that sister over there. You feel me? But you the one I'm talking to
Much
right
love.
now. So I just
Much
wanted
love.
to share that too, bro.
Appreciate that. Man. All right. So when you think about like what would you say was one of the biggest things that that Dr. King would that he would, how do you think he might view, this might be a tough one, I don't know. How do you think he might view community today if he was here? And I know it's kind of out there, but it's just you know, like, I ain't even asking, like, do you think he would be, like how he would feel? Like, would he be upset? You know what I mean? Because that we might know the answer to that.
That's a good clarification.
You know, but like, what do you think he would gear his focus towards when it comes to the community?
Oh my gosh. Today? See, you know the hardest part about those questions, man? The hardest part is to attempt to take King from when his time finished
Okay.
to now disregards the impact of what the world would look like had King never left. So it's tough. It's like how you take him from the moment to now.
Right.
And that's why, you know, I'm going to get spicy for a second, then I'm going to bring it back. King, Malcolm, James, Audrey,
Yeah.
Harriet, Sojourner, Phyllis.
Yeah.
I could keep naming names. They'd have been canceled. They'd have been canceled.
It's funny that you say that, because I used to tell people, like, if I ever started a podcast, it would probably be called Cancel.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a heck of a name, because it's power of the name. And I just say that, brother, because, and my people know, one of my favorite quotes is from my oratorical mentor. And his name, ironically, is Frederick Douglass Haynes. So my oratorical mentor, his name is Reverend Dr. Frederick Douglass Haynes III. And he says that a text without context is merely a pretext for conning people. And when I think about what you said about what would King focus on today, you know, I would say economic empowerment, because he was assassinated for talking about economic empowerment.
Right.
But in the same regard, what was the context with which he was communicating about economic empowerment then? And to what extent would we even be sensitive to that vision in this year? Right? And then I'm going to shut up and give it back to you, right?
No. Keep going.
Because then, man, when I think about, obviously, 2020, there's a number of, because we suffered, our community suffered 6 or 7 pandemics. There was not a pandemic. There was pandemonium, some of which that was amplified, some of which that was started, from broadband to police brutality and everything in between. Part of what I think about, though, is 2020 also talks about vision. And so when I think about how the world vision changed in 2020, it makes it even more difficult to think about how I could apply a pre-2020 vision, even bless you, because King has blessed us. But what would that blessing look like in 2025? And could we even appreciate that vision looking at the world that we do now? And that in no way negates the power of a King's vision. But man, it just makes me ask, how much has the world changed? You know, so I think I think my answer to your question is he'd be focused on economic empowerment. He would appreciate places and spaces like this. But I don't know, bro.
I mean, nobody would know, but I mean, but I do like to, and that's just me. I like to go.
That's good.
Out there and reach and just to see like what would that look like? What
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like just trying to piece together like when you take old pieces and you wonder
Yeah, Doc.
how could they fit in today?
Yeah, Doc.
You know what I'm saying? And are we actually building from back then? You know what I mean? Because like, are we evolving or are we regressing? Sometimes, you know what I mean. Sometimes I have to ask myself that. Like I have a personal question that I ask myself every day. You know
Every
what I
day.
mean? When I get in the mirror, you know, am I a little bit better than what I was yesterday? Shout out to Kobe.
Shout out to him.
Cause he definitely when it comes to the mindset,
Yeah.
on hard work, just understanding like you know where you trying to be ain't always just gonna happen tomorrow, but you know even if you just get those baby steps.
Come on, Doc.
You know what I mean? If you one hair better than you was yesterday,
One hair better.
you know what I mean? Take that, and keep striving, keep going forward. That for me is one of the reasons why I can honestly keep my head up sometimes. You know, because it ain't always easy. Every day it's not easy, you know. But when you look back and you go, you know what was my small win for the day? I might have gave somebody a compliment.
Come on,
made
Doc.
somebody smile. I'll take that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it could have been worse.
Do you think that we are progressing or regressing? Your own opinion.
I think that we are progressing, but like on on a cover up. Like, cause I feel like all right, so I'm gonna go into a little bit of how I see the black community. A lot of times I see the black community in different pockets. I see, when I see black folk that look like they're doing well, especially in a group, I see them in pockets. I don't, and a lot of times the pockets don't always
Heard you.
intermingle or mesh like that. And that's why like being here at Ujamaa is one of those things I try to tell people, because we have different vendors inside the store.
Yep.
And somebody say, oh, well, y'all already got candles. Y'all don't need me. No, we need you. Because somebody likes your candles.
Come on, Doc.
You know what I mean? You got Nike and Adidas right next to each other.
Right next.
In a mall, and we don't look at that as crazy. You know what I'm saying? But here we like, oh well, somebody already doing that, so y'all don't need me. No, we do. We should be able to sit here and help one another, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like if my running shoe I made ain't fitting you right, I'm gonna send you to my brother. Why not? But that's just that's just something that I always try to remind people. Like, listen, it's enough out here for everybody, and everybody is a different experience.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to black businesses. Shout out to folk that took the time to put into their dream and also step into that action. You know, because it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm gonna say it again. It's not easy.
No.
So everybody that is doing it, I want to give a shout out to y'all. Like I said earlier, this is I feel like this is a mothership.
Come on, Doc.
You know what I mean? So whenever somebody need a boost, whenever somebody, you got a question, you got something that's been hindering you, come to Bookstore. Come to Bookstore. We got knowledge all around us. We got wonderful people all around us 24/7. You know what I mean? It's a protected space. Like, yeah, like come here. That's just.
Man, I know you got more, but the reason I asked that question, man, again, because Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., right? And so it's tough for me because my blackness is informed by my relationship with God. You know what I mean? Like, my blackness is divine. And it's because I see myself in the God that I serve. And the God I serve sees himself inside of me. And I think that's part of the reason why Christ, who was also a king.
Yeah.
But I think that's why King was so convicted. Because he knew the power of where he was. And so I just want to mention something that I heard in church yesterday. And it was just the power of a perspective. I think based on your perspective, you can think that we are progressing or regressing. But perspective is also a choice. Okay. And something my pastor said yesterday was, based on what you choose, it impacts how you can be used. So by that I mean, well, not me. what I think he meant was I can choose to think that we are regressing because of what I see.
Okay.
Based on what pocket I stay in.
Yeah.
Again, back to basketball. You know,
Yeah.
I like to stay in my pocket, brother. You know, I like any hoopers out there. Anybody like basketball? That's good. Amen. Yeah. So I'm big about my pivot and my pocket.
That pivot is
All
important.
right, pivot and pocket. And so I like to stay in my pocket. But based on what pocket I stay in, I'm gonna see a different kind of game.
Okay.
And part of what I think my pastor was attempting to communicate yesterday was it is easy to think that our community is regressing based on what pocket
We in.
informs our perspective.
Come on. All right.
But I think in the same vein, and I'm bringing it back to media because we're in a bookstore and we're in a store full of books, a store full of stories. LOL.
Yeah.
The only difference between stories and stores is I. Oh! That's a, yes.
Yeah.
You felt that, didn't you? Oh my.
Nah, that was a bar.
Well, hold on, because I can't get lost. And I'm about to get lost in a second. Hold on. We're gonna bring it
No,
back
we
to
here,
you.
we here.
So this is an affirmation. A lot of y'all are supposed to be in stores, but don't know your story. And you won't be in the store of yours if you can't figure out what your story is. Because the stores become stories when you add yourself to it. Dang, that's a bar, Murdock. All right, now I gotta bring it back. I can't get lost in the sauce. I gotta bring it back.
I love that. I love that.
So I was talking about perspective, pocket, perspective. You can look at a certain pocket and have a negative perspective.
Yeah.
But we have the power to switch our perspective on what pocket that we're looking at. Okay. And so when I switch the pocket,
Yeah.
this is what? This is a pocket. This place we're in right now is a pocket.
Yeah.
Like we are in a pocket right now. And if I look at this pocket, you know what I say we are? We are progressing. When I look at this pocket, I say this is more proximal to freedom than we ever seen before. And I'm not even on my side of town.
Nah,
if
come
I
on.
look at this pocket,
Nah,
you
come
know
on.
what I'm getting a glimpse of? I'm getting a glimpse of liberation.
Yes.
And so I think that's the beauty of community, because community is a unified communication, a unified message.
Yeah.
And my message informs my perspective. And I like this pocket, brother.
That communication is key. That communication is key. So, all right. So, we know what today is, right?
Do we?
It is Dr. King Day, but
But that's deep.
yeah, here comes that other side, right? So you also have the inauguration.
The what?
Do you think that our community is in? Do you think our community is in clear and present danger?
Listen, hold on. Can you, man? I don't know if I heard you, and I don't know if they heard you.
Let me say it louder for the ones in the
Would
back.
you mind repeating the question? Because we're gonna take our time with this question.
All right, so today's inauguration day, and the question is, do you think that our community is in clear and present danger?
So look, man, it's a great question. So we were talking about law school before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I told you, well, you told me, because you watched my Black grad speech, which I appreciate, man.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
really
yeah,
means
yeah.
a lot to me.
Ah, man, it's dope. Look, y'all gonna get a glimpse, and when we put this out, it's gonna be links and everything. But definitely, if you get a chance, go to Murdock LLC.
Man, brother, thank you. Yeah.
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 When y'all get a chance, please go and check my brother out. He's definitely doing his thing, being a power. Man, we got a lot to talk about,
We're gonna get to it, bro. We're gonna get to it,
So,
man.
All right.
So
Let me not get too hyped. But
No. So you talk about before you watched the Black grad speech, and you had
Yeah.
told me that you appreciated the line.
Yeah.
And that line, I almost cried. And I'm telling this to y'all because it's gonna inform how I answer this question. I want to be a lawyer since I was in the 7th grade. And so I spent my whole life getting ready to go where? To law school. I get to law school. In my first semester of my law school experience, I had 3 professors tell me I wasn't going to graduate. And I don't know about you all, but there's times in life where people, what did they say? Haters can become your motivators. Yeah, you don't always turn your haters into your motivation, though. Sometimes you believe them.
True.
And it's like, dang, your jump shot sucks. No more basketball, right? So I believe the professors. And so and that was my first bit of imposter syndrome. I had to grow to learn the only imposter is the syndrome. But at the time, I didn't know that. So I believed it. Long story short, by God's grace, come on, Doc, by God's grace, I made it to graduation. At graduation, I spoke. And I said that I didn't pass the bar. What did I do? I raised the bar.
Come on.
Now, here's the irony. The irony is, one of the reasons why I didn't think I was going to graduate and why they told me I couldn't was because you know what they said I couldn't do? They said I couldn't read a case. But black man.
Couldn't read a case.
Couldn't read a case, but I got a case for you.
Come on.
Clear and present danger. Everybody say clear.
Clear.
Everybody say present.
Present.
Everybody say danger.
Danger.
I'm about to get in that bag. You hear me? So there's a case called Schenck. Nasty name. Schenck versus United States.
Okay.
This was in 1919. This case was decided in 1919. And that's the context for the clear and present danger test. Schenck versus United States. They told me that I wasn't going to pass the bar. So what did I do?
Raised it.
Yeah, they said I couldn't read a case. What am I doing right now?
Reading it.
So don't let somebody telling you what you can't do inhibit you from continuing to try. Because maybe you're just in the wrong context. I wasn't good at reading cases in rooms full of white people. But I can read something in a room full of what? Beautiful, bold black folks.
Mm-hmm.
And the test says that the printed or spoken word may not be the subject of previous restraint or subsequent punishment unless its expression creates a clear and present danger of bringing about a substantial evil. What does that even mean? I don't know. So I had to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why I ain't get into law school, because what the heck does that even mean? Basically, here's what it means. If speech, everybody say intended, is intended to result in a crime, and, everybody say and, there is a clear and present danger that it actually will result in a crime. The First Amendment, everybody say does not.
Does not.
Say does not.
Does not.
Does not protect the speaker from government action. The clear and present danger test features two independent conditions. The speech must impose a threat that a substantive evil might follow. And second, the threat is real, an imminent threat. That mug finna happen. Now, we can all have perspectives or opinions. That's what this is called. There was an opinion written about this case. And a bunch of white men gave their what? Opinion about this case. Mm-hmm. Here's the interesting part. Even the white boys know that some of this stuff that we're experiencing today is a clear and present danger. It's freaking nasty work. Because what did I hear? In 1969, a lot of things happened in 1969. This is Brandenburg versus Ohio. So this is right next door. You hear me? This is right next door. This is right next door. The defendant, a leader of the KKK. That's not Kappa Kappa Kappa. That's the what? The Ku Klux Klan. Mm-hmm. That's the police's cousin. You hear me?
Yeah.
Had arranged, watch this, for a television station to cover his what, my brother? What's today? It's not this King's Day, it's what? And that means on Inauguration Day, my sister, there's going to be a what? It starts with an S. There's going to be a what? There's going to be a what? Okay, I'm going to go back. Brandenburg versus Ohio, 1969.
Yeah.
A defendant, a leader of the Ku Klux Klan had arranged for a television station to cover his speech at a Klan rally. In Ohio's court, my sister, guess what Ohio's court said? That the statement falls into, everybody say into.
Into.
That means not out of. Into the scope, everybody say scope.
Yeah.
The scope of clear and present danger. So my brother, can I rest my case real quick?
Go ahead.
My case is that today, we might just be in both clear and present danger. You want to know why? Because in 1969, Brandenburg versus Ohio, Indiana's next door neighbor, said that a speech about a Klan rally on TV created a real and what kind of threat? Started with an I. Imminent. That means it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And what's going to happen? Maybe happening right now. There's a speech on. There's going to be Klan leaders from the Ku, the Klux, the Coons, and all the way around. on television, perpetuating messages of white supremacy, anti-blackness, patriarchy, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, phobias for names I can't pronounce. On television. And if in 1969 it was a clear and present danger, my brother, I think I could argue that today it's a clear and present danger too. But that's my opinion.
Okay. I have to say I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Thanks, brother.
So, thank you to everybody that showed up. This was our first go round at this. So I appreciate y'all making it a wonderful time. Definitely, Doc, I couldn't ask for a better start off for this space. Be looking forward to these monthly. They're going to be coming. Hopefully we can get a little bit more roundtable discussions going on where we can have a couple, maybe a panel or something like that. But this is definitely a blessing, and I'm thankful to be being able to be the host. This is all a learning experience, and I'm thankful. Like I said, these is all stars in the building. I know I don't know everybody on a personal level, but I can see y'all glow, and I know. Listen, it's gonna be time where we get a chance to talk, and we get a chance to put something together where we can all come together and just have a good time and keep growing and building. So, thank you all, and we out.